In 1990, when HDI was released, the dimensions considered for measuring human development was actually limited, because at that time it was only required. But in 2010, Multidimensional Poverty Index, or MDPI, was actually released as a part of accommodating the different or diversifying nature of poverty. The nature of development and nature of growth. In 1960, there isn't the concept of development. Growth and development were both identified as same. But on that context, there was a necessity of differentiating the traditional understanding of growth, or changing the traditional method of evaluating progress. That was a necessity in 1960. And in 2010, this again came up, because the nature of growth, nature of development, and the nature of poverty is actually changing. It is more getting diversified. Dimensions are more getting diversified, different. This is where the concept of multidimensional poverty actually came up. Okay. So, changing and diversifying dimensions of poverty. UNDP and Oxford Poverty and Human Index. UNDP and Oxford Poverty and Human Initiative. They actually came up with the concept of multidimensional poverty. A very, very important topic, simply because even India is actually focusing on multidimensional poverty. Niti Aayog is releasing something. Okay, we'll come to that. Unlike HDI, MDPI measures underachievement in a more deep and diversified manner. With weightages allocated to each indicator. Not every indicator has the same weightage. In HDI, life expectancy, mean years of schooling, expected years of schooling, GNI per capita, everything has same weightage. But in multidimensional poverty, if envisaged by UNDP and OPHI, the weightage is actually different. The comparative impact of each of the indicators on a quality of life, that was actually compared, and different weightages were allocated to each. Hope that is clear. And these were the parameters that were taken into consideration. Nutrition, it was given 1/6 page. Health, in the context of health, child mortality was taken as an important aspect. Years of schooling, school attendance. Then look at this living standard. Earlier, living standard was purely based on GNI. GNI per capita at PPP. This was only defined in HDI. When it came to MDPI, a more diversified thing was brought up. Cooking fuel. Affordability of cooking fuel is an important aspect of what? Quality of life. Not just affordability, quality of cooking fuel. There are people who use cow dungs, wood burning, charcoal. These are all being used for cooking. So cooking fuel means it is not just about affordability, it is also about health quality. LPG instead of cooking fuel. So LPG instead of cow dung. That is actually a change. Sanitation. What about sanitation? Drinking water. Sanitation is actually a very great contributor to health issues. So not just by measuring life expectancy, it is digging deep into the determinants of life expectancy. Sanitation is actually a determinant of life expectancy. Then what? Drinking water. Quality of water is very important. Electricity. Without electricity, this class won't happen. You cannot subscribe to a class. So think about a village there is no electricity. Think about an area where there is no electricity. Think about the difficulty for the students there in accessing a civil service coaching online. No, they cannot even imagine about that. So that is actually a real problem that is hindering social progress. Housing. Without houses, how can people survive? In Kerala, there is Life Mission. They're actually building almost 3,72,000 homes have been built for people. That means one of the major concerns in life, having a pakka house, is being eliminated from their life's concerns. So they can prioritize other concerns. Housing is very important. Assets, car, bike, transportation assets, refrigerator, TV. These are all actually defining quality of life. Okay, so this is how MDPI was introduced. It was being made more diversified and dwelled into more deeper. As I said about life expectancy, a bad cooking fuel actually reduces your life expectancy, especially of women, because women are the majority of the cooks in households. Because that is the reality. Drinking water, poor drinking water, health issues, food quality, absence of drinking water. Absence of drinking water means, as I said earlier, it is not just about drinking. It is important for cooking. It is important for bathing. It is important for everything of our life. Sanitation, good quality of water is important. That is where Nal Se Jal program is actually creating a reform. Pipe connection, water pipe connection. Understand?